Now, the ladies are raving about our next guest. Okay. She owns her own med spa at only 30 years old. Okay. She didn't start there. She was in the military, then went to corporate America and decided, you know what? That's not for me. Let me go ahead and build something that really works for my life. And that's exactly what she did. She designed her remarkable life and she is sharing all of the tea, her favorite tools that she's using in her business, how she built her business, how her business has transformed over the years, her favorite beauty products, and her face flawless. Okay. Flawless. So we are taking notes, and I am so excited to have Jasmin Morrison on the show. She is the owner of the Lux Lab, and they are a med spa. She is killing the game right now. So sit back, get your notepads out. Okay, ladies, get them out, and let's get into the show. Hello, everyone. I am Danny Wigfall, and this is the Design Your Remarkable Life podcast. Here, I interview incredible individuals who are leaving their mark on the world, generating wealth, and charting their own course. So get your notepads out and let's get into it. Jasmin, welcome to the show. I am so happy to have you.
Me too. Thank you. Hello. Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
Yes, I want to just jump right on in. Where did your entrepreneurial journey start?
So, my entrepreneur, believe it or not, I am the first entrepreneur in my family. So that kind of fueled a little bit of my journey to start with. I started in corporate America. I transitioned out of that. I went to the military for 6 years. I transferred out of that, and then I went to college for a little bit of time. And then I had did that, and I decided, like I still wasn't fulfilled.
Mhm.
Something still was kind of missing. And, I went back into the corporate world. I just wasn't happy there. I just didn't like, feel myself there. Like I didn't feel like I was my highest self there. And so, I really didn't, if I'm being honest, I didn't like waking up early in the morning, like wasn't my
Mhm.
thing.
Mhm.
And I just had a lot of issues with the team I was working on at that time. So I was like, look, something's got to give. So that's
Yeah.
when I kind of just started looking into different things. I have never been in the industry that I'm in. I've never explored it prior to. I had no prior experience, but I was just kind of looking like, okay, what can make me the most money, but
Mhm.
require the least amount of schooling? If I'm being completely honest,
Yeah,
that's
yeah, I
kind of
love it.
what caused me to look into my career now a little bit more. And so I had
Mhm.
taken a class, taken a couple of them, and then, the ball just kind of started rolling from there. And that just kind of got me into entrepreneurship. And then once I really got that taste of it,
Yeah.
I knew I couldn't go back. And I've been here going on 7 years now, and I'm so blessed and grateful to be here. And I love it. I love every moment of it. I really do.
Oh, that's so awesome. That's so great. But I mean, you really took it next level, like as far as owning your own med spa, not just
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm going to do lashes here and there. Like you took it to a whole nother level. How did you
Yeah.
get to that point?
Honestly, I stayed hungry. Like I
Mm.
stayed hungry the entire time. And I knew, like, when I first started, honestly, I didn't have a passion for people will always say like, "Oh, this was my passion. Beauty was my passion." That was never my passion. I was, like I said, really honestly in it for the money, but the passion did come. If I'm being
Yeah.
completely transparent, the passion did come. And then after that, I fell in love with it, and I was like, oh my goodness. And I really seen how much it had to offer and how big the beauty industry actually is and how many areas you can actually pivot off to. And so when
Mhm.
I seen the grand scope of things, I was like, oh, I can't stop here. There's so
Mhm.
many different things that I can level up to. And I
Mhm.
knew that's what I wanted for myself. So I did start at my house. I did start working at my house, and then I went
Yeah.
to working at a salon suite. And then when I realized like what I'm paying for the salon suite, I could be paying for rent on my own place. So after a
Mhm.
year of doing that is when I opened up my salon. And then we were a regular day spa for a couple years, and then I fell in love with kind of like the aesthetics and the injectable aspects of it.
Mhm.
So then we pivoted into a med spa. And so I stayed hungry, and I kept
Yeah.
saying, what areas can I grow in? I know there's
Mhm.
other things here. What areas can I grow? I didn't stay stagnant. I continued to,
Yeah.
explore the options that the beauty industry really had to offer.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So you kept going, kept moving, kept
Yes,
grooving.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh,
I
I
will
love that.
never
I love that.
stop.
I
Yes.
love that. I love that.
Mhm,
And I
mhm.
also love that it's like, okay, this is where I started, but now I continue to keep going, keep moving, and now I'm at med spa level.
Yes,
You know? That's
yes.
awesome.
Super, super, super great achievement. I'm really, really proud of, honestly.
Yeah. So when you say you stay hungry, what does
Mhm.
that look like for you? You know, that movement. Like if someone's like, man, I think I'm hungry or I want to be hungry, but I don't know what that means. You know, is
Yeah,
there anything
yeah.
that you did that was just like, okay, this is what I did to, keep
Stay
growing
hungry.
and growing? Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm being completely honest, I know a lot of people don't like to do this, but for me, I love to be the smallest in the room. And what I mean by that is I love to go in rooms that people are way more successful than me because that's where I get that motivation from. That's where I
Mm-hmm.
get that hunger of like, it's almost like they're unlocking a new level of possibilities that you didn't even know existed. So if I kind of stay, in rooms that I'm kind of, comfortable in and rooms that maybe
Yeah.
I've outgrown, it doesn't really push me to be able to see
Mm-hmm.
the potential and the possibilities of,
Mm-hmm.
what's to come. So I love going to like networking events, as you know,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
different events,
Yeah.
and being a part of like, different clubs and, trying out places that I've never been. I love going to those kind of places to kind of network and meet people who are, like I said, above where I'm at.
Yeah.
One thing that I really live my life by is find someone who's where you want to be and learn from them. And that's just
Mm,
what I keep in my mind always. So I always
yeah.
find people who I'm like, this is the level I aspire to be on.
Mhm.
How did they do it? How did they get there? And I try
Mhm.
to learn from them. So that's really what just kind of keeps me hungry because anytime I feel like I'm at a plateau, I go and I look for someone like who's where I want to be and I can see, okay, what can I take from them? Or, what can I learn from them? Or do they
Yeah.
offer mentorship? Things like that.
Gotcha,
Always being
gotcha.
hungry to be a student. Yeah,
Yeah, that's good. I love that. And then that way you're always taking things in, you're learning, keeping the things that work for you, and then pushing the things aside that may not necessarily work for you. But
exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
Community is so important too. I'm so glad you mentioned that piece of like getting around the right people,
Yes,
not just being in your comfort zone, but stepping out of your
yes.
comfort zone and excelling, which is where I met you at that wealth conference,
Exactly,
which is
exactly.
so awesome. You had the cutest purse. I was like, she has the cutest purse.
Thank
And
you.
look.
Thank
Yes,
you.
no, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, was there any pivotal moments as you were growing as an entrepreneur in your journey that maybe made you like, should I keep going? Should I not? Or any just pivotal moments on the path?
I feel like there was a few. There were a couple, and I think that came just from like the growing pains, if I'm being
Hmm.
honest. The
Yeah.
growing pains of growing into a med spa because there's so many legalities behind it. There's
Hmm.
so many other things that like there's so many other areas that you have to make sure are perfect, right? You're not
Yeah.
only reporting to like TDLR, you're reporting to the health department now, and
Hmm.
on top of that, you have a medical director who oversees your facility. So their license is kind of on the line. So it was a little bit difficult to try to find someone who wanted to put that on the line, understandably
Right.
so. So, it was really difficult for me in that aspect. I knew it was something I wanted to do. This has been a goal of mine for quite some time. And I just really, really, really wanted to do it. And I've
Hmm.
actually, I mean, it's taking me longer than anticipated to actually become a med spa. Um,
Hmm.
because I had to really scout and look. But it was a little bit discouraging to where I was just kind of like, man, should I stay at day spa at this point? Because
Right.
I'm feeling like, I'm having a hard, I know this is what I want to do, but I'm having a hard time accomplishing it, finding these people, getting all of our everything in line, getting the right insurances, getting the right licenses.
Hmm.
It was a whole nother ball game that I literally was unfamiliar with. And when I got to that level, also, I found it a little bit harder to find mentorship or people who are willing to
Hmm.
teach me and help me grow. I found it very difficult at that level. So it was a little bit discouraging. And I kind of was discouraged, like maybe I should, stick to what I know. Maybe I should kind of
Hmm.
stay where I'm at.
Hmm.
but the hunger in me and the want for like having it was bigger. And I'm like, no, I just got to figure this out. I got to keep digging. I got to keep pushing. I got to keep going. And, eventually I did. I did.
Yeah. No, I love that because it's that moment of, and I talk to my clients about this, where it's like that scarcity mindset and abundance mindset,
Yes.
right? You really tap
Yes.
in on that abundance mindset, like,
Yes.
let me figure this out versus, no, I'm comfortable here. I'll stay here. This is
Yes.
what I know. So I love that. I
Exactly.
love that.
Yes.
So when
Thank
you're
you.
reaching out for mentorship or reaching out to different communities, is there a certain tactic that you have? I'm thinking like, let's say if um I am a person that is doing lashes, right? And I'm
Hmm.
starting off in my home, but I want to get to owning my own med spa. Like,
Hmm.
how do I get there? How do I even get in touch with those type of people if I'm not around those type of people?
Right, right. So for me, normally I usually like scour social media for these people, and
Mhm.
like, see who's hot in the industry,
Yeah.
who's the who's who's of the industry kind of thing, or who
Mhm.
inspires me, who speaks to me. Let's put it that way, because there are people who I maybe who don't speak to me. They may be popular, but I don't resonate them with them for whatever reason. So I kind of look for people that are successful, that I also feel
Yeah.
like resonate with me on personal levels and things that I kind of believe in. And I usually just honestly go and just reach out. I usually send them a DM introducing myself, letting them know who I am, things like that. A lot of
Mhm.
times people don't necessarily offer mentorship. And this is, I've actually had this happen a lot. People don't offer it, but what I usually throw out is, hey, do you mind taking a call of mine? I don't mind paying for your time, just to
Mhm.
have that. And so at that call, at least I can kind of pick their brain, just to kind of
Mhm.
see, if they're able to give me the answers that I'm looking for, help me get to the next level that I'm kind of looking for. That's kind
Yeah.
of what I do to pick their brain. And normally people are okay with that, because it's not like it takes a ton of their time or anything like that.
Mhm.
Usually like a 30-45 minute phone call is
Yeah.
suffice. And I mean, it's
Mhm.
it's not really that expensive. So that's usually the way I kind of go about it. I look and I do my research, like who's in my um industry that I want to learn by, or who I'm inspired
Yeah.
by, because there's a lot of
Mhm.
people that are, in the industry, but who speaks to you? Like, oh, this
Yeah.
person, I want to get on this level. This is what and
Mhm.
then I'll just reach out to them and just kind of ask, like, hey, do you offer any type of mentorship, or do you mind doing like a 30 to 45 minute phone call just so I can ask you some questions? So that's usually the way I kind of go about it.
Yeah, no, awesome. That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. We need to know. We need to know all of the gems. So thank you for
Yes.
sharing that.
Yes, of
So,
course.
yeah. So, what are you currently working on now?
So now I'm actually working on, it's semi related to my med spa. Now that my med spa is kind of, it's up and running and everything like that. I'm actually working on, I have two other businesses that are e-commerce. So e-commerce
Mhm.
businesses. And
Mhm.
e-commerce, the reason why I kind of got into e-commerce a little bit was to help free up a little bit of my time, because a lot of those
Mhm.
things are kind of like automations and things like that. So that's currently what we're working on, launching a couple of products. They're still beauty related products, but just like I said, looking for more of that passive income to kind of help
Yeah.
free up a little bit more of my time. Have a second stream of income, as well. So that's my newest venture right now. I've been working on
Mhm.
that for about a year and a little bit over a year now. It's a total new industry for me. So, once again, I had to get in there doing my research, doing my digging, because that's where I'm going to figure out most of my legwork before we actually do
Yeah.
the jump and, start manufacturing things and stuff like that. So that's kind of what we're doing, what I'm working on as of now.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Because
Hmm.
beauty, a lot of beauty can be one to one. So it's like that time that you're putting in. So yeah.
Yes. Yes, very
Mhm.
much. Very much.
Yeah.
I
So
agree.
creating that passive income coming in. Oh, that's beautiful. That's
Yes.
good. That's
Thank you.
good. How do you have time to do all the things?
So I actually have made my so I have employees, and I've also
Mhm.
made my work schedule. So I only work 3 days a week,
Mhm.
Thursday through Saturday. I've
Mhm.
worked 3 days a week for quite some time now. So normally, throughout the other days of the week, I do my errands and all that stuff, and then I focus
Yeah.
on what's what my next moves are, what can I do, where am I heading. That's kind of what I focus on those other days. Now I will
Mhm.
tell you, if you're too busy working in your business, you'll never have time to work on your business. And
Yeah.
that is why, I have downscaled my workload.
Mhm.
Luckily, I have other streams of income, passive income as well. I
Mhm.
also do digital courses and a lot of things like that.
Mhm.
And, all of those things sell in the background. So I still have income coming in when I'm not physically working. And that
Yeah.
just allows me to be able to have some more free time to be able to, figure out, to plan. What do I want to do? Where am I going, or
Mhm.
what direction do I want to take my business, or what new ventures do I want to take on, things like that. So you need to have that time to be
Mhm.
able to actually sort that out, because if you're working, 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 by the end of the work week you're burnt out. You don't really have time to sit and brainstorm or strategize. You're toast.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, don't want to do this. So I've made my schedule that way. I was a little bit nervous in the beginning,
Yeah.
given that I wasn't going to actually be working, and I'm like, oh, what if I miss out on money? But like I said, I did have created passive income digital products and things like that that do sell to pretty much, substitute that income, so I have more time to work on my business.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, that's awesome. So when it comes to, let's say, digital products, how do you get that out to the market so people know, hey, I have this product, I have these other things that I'm going to be selling?
So normally the way that I do it is, I promote a lot of mine through social media, and then as well as
Yeah.
email marketing. So I pretty much have found in every niche, I mean, there's problem areas. So in my niche specifically, I figured out, what are the problem areas? What are people struggling with? What do
Mhm.
people want to learn that's not there? And we can, there's a lot of things that are very broad. People, selling these luxurious lifestyles and things like that, which works too. But for me personally, I want to sell authenticity, and like help you get to where you want to be. Like, what do you want to accomplish, right? So
Mhm.
for me, I usually like promote a lot of those things on social media. And then, like I said, my emails, I do a lot of email marketing. Email marketing is a super great strategy. Text message marketing is as well. All of
Mhm.
those things, are really good marketing tools to kind of get that out there. Once you
Mhm.
kind of narrow down your target audience and what problem you're trying to solve, because I'm not selling to everybody. I'm actually selling to a very specific group
Mm.
in my industry, So once I've
Yeah.
kind of like solidified that, I'm
Mhm.
able to go ahead and just market directly to. I'm speaking their language essentially, so I speak their
Yeah.
language in all aspects.
You know their pain points, you know what they want, and
Exactly,
then you come to them,
exactly.
"This is the solution. I have it for you."
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
No, I love that. I love that. So, being that you are also a success mentor as well, is
Hmm.
there common problems that you're seeing in your industry that people are having a hard time with?
Yes, 100% at this moment right now. People are having the problem of being burnt out. Okay, so I always
Mhm.
tell people, you can make money beyond the hustle. So a lot of people are tethered to the chair and they don't know how to get from behind that. People will do that for years and years and years on end. And
Yeah.
quite naturally, you're going to get burnt out. If you don't know how to properly scale, you're always going to get burnt out, because you can only physically do so much. And God forbid, if something happens to you, what does that
Yeah.
look like for your business? Does your
Yeah.
business, can it stay afloat, or is it not,
Mhm.
So that is where I see a lot of people in my industry primarily struggling with. So
Mhm.
that is kind of where I go in and help them. Let's come up and brainstorm some ways to get your business running passively, get your business, flowing, to where if you're not in, or something happens to you or anything of like that, your business doesn't sink, it doesn't die, so that's kind of where I come in, and we figure out what works for you. What are you looking to do, and how to really scale your business, whether it's employees, digital products, actual physical products, e-commerce,
Yeah.
whatever. There's so many different ways that you can actually make money aside from just being behind the chair.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, that's good. Multiple streams of income. That's what we want.
Yes.
Multiple streams.
Yes.
Yeah. And that less one to one if possible. So you can
For
have more of
sure.
that time. I
Exactly.
also really love how you structured your day of like, or days or your week, how it's like, okay, I work these 3 days, but then also I am thinking about, okay, how am I expanding my business? How am I
Right.
growing?
Hmm.
I love that. Love that. Love that. Can be scary, as you mentioned, I
Very
would
much so.
imagine.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Are there any other risks that you feel like you've taken that have been monumental in your life? This is a big risk. Starting your own business, huge risk,
Yes.
switching and things like that. Are there any others?
I would definitely say yes, as we mentioned, starting my own business, going into an industry that I had no background in at all was a huge risk. Also, like now that I've become a med spa, just kind of doing the research about how to become a med spa and
Yeah.
how what that looks like in Texas. So Texas is a very lax state, honestly. And
Mhm.
a lot of people don't know that you don't necessarily have to be a nurse or any type of
Mhm.
medical professional to be able to provide injectable, Botox, filler, all of the, you don't need to be a licensed person in the state of Texas. You just need
Mhm.
delegation from a medical director. So
Mhm.
once I figured that out, I had to really do my research and dive in with that and just try to figure out, okay, what is the exact law behind this? What
Right.
are the policies, what are the legalities, things like that. And for me, taking that on, deciding to go that route without having, any medical background, I knew it was going to take a lot of education, continuing
Mhm.
education. It was going to take a lot of practice and a lot of skill. So that it was a huge risk for me because we're not only working with, we're doing things that can, we're injecting things into people's bodies. So,
Right.
that is very much a huge risk. And even as far as, I wasn't able to even find any medical directors who would do less than like a $2 million policy. So that's how like, we're
Mm.
talking like, really there's a lot of, risk involved with that. So that was a huge, like taking the risk to be able to pivot over to a med spa was a huge, huge risk for me. um,
Yeah.
I was very nervous about it. I was very, apprehensive, like, what if this, what if that, what if I mess up, or what if this happens, or, there's so many things that went through my mind. But I was like, honestly, if I don't take the risk, I'll never know.
Yeah.
I'll never
Yeah.
know. And so I just was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, and I'm going to, put my all into it. I'm gonna do my research.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my continuing education. Like I'm gonna make sure that I'm very well equipped. Um,
Mhm.
well trained on all of these techniques and procedures to be able to provide the best service possible. So that was probably like one of the more risky things that I've taken on in my in my
Yeah.
business,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, no, that's huge because it requires a lot, now that we're
Yes.
talking about injectables, yeah. I've looked into those things and I'm like, "Oh, wow, this is like next level," you know?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. No, good for you. That's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any practices or routines that you have that have been monumental or very just great in your life that really just fuel you and fill you up? Now, before we continue, I want to let you know that if you are looking for a more personal touch in your own life and you want to design your own remarkable life, we would love to work with you at Whole Self Wealth. Sometimes we just need a coach. Sometimes we need a partner to partner up with us to really make it to those next levels. I want to let you know that our team is here for you. I want to connect with you so we can design what's next for you. Now, back to the show.
This is such a great question, honestly. I love this. So, if there's one thing that has been monumental in my life that I will
Yeah.
tell everybody about
Yeah.
is first having a solidified routine.
Mm-hmm.
Second, waking up early. I
Mm-hmm.
have never been a morning girly, never. And that's why I quit corporate America because that
Yeah.
having to be at work at AM was just not it for me. I couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I've gotten a little bit older and I've really, really put the work in and practiced that waking up early. That has been so monumental for me because I wake up every day at 6 a.m. and I spend time with myself. So,
Mm-hmm.
I pray every morning at 6 a.m. and
Yeah.
that's my me time. I take that
Yeah.
time to really just ground myself, and spend
Mm-hmm.
that time with me rather than jumping into waking up late, rushing, getting in the hustle and
Yeah.
bustle, taking care of your
Mm-hmm.
kids, taking care of your family, things like that. I take that time for me. And
Mm-hmm.
at that moment, I lay out my day. What are we doing today? What
Yeah.
are we doing? And I make sure that everything is laid out. So really taking that time to spend with yourself. I know it's so silly, and a lot of people really, most people don't do it. They jump up, get on their phones, get to doing their day.
Yep. Yep.
taking that time for yourself and grounding yourself and putting yourself in such a good headspace, and just taking the time to become, one with yourself and
Yep.
positive and just, I'm ready to go out and I'm ready to be the best at what I can be today. That
Yeah.
shifts your whole mentality and mindset for the entire day. I promise you it does.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
jump up and you got to get to moving and you got to, you sometimes you're frazzled, sometimes, something may happen. Now you're irritated, but waking up, taking that little time for you and just, deciding that, okay, this is my me time, meditate, prayer, whatever, you want to
Yep.
do, and go
Yep.
out with a positive mindset. I'm telling you, you attract everything positive in that day. Everything is laid out. You're comfortable. You're at peace.
Mhm.
You're at ease. You're
Mhm.
not doing the hustle and bustle.
Mhm.
That has been so monumental for me. And it just
Yeah.
allows me, starting my day that early also allows me to get done with my day early. So I don't feel like I'm just rushed, moving all day,
Right.
ripping and running. I
Yeah.
don't feel that way at all. And I just, when the world is quiet and there's not a lot going on outside, you just get a sense of just inner peace. And it really does just
Yeah.
make a difference in your day. It really, really, really does. If I can tell anyone to like start their day and spend some time with themselves and just themselves in the morning, 10
Yep.
out of 10 would recommend that.
Yeah, no, I love that. We're so aligned on that. That's so powerful. I love that.
Yes.
Just having that morning time of just like peace, grounding yourself. Sometimes I'll
Yes.
read a little scripture, say some prayers,
Hmm.
saying
Yes.
how your morning starts really affects and sets the tone for the rest of your day.
It
You're
very
so
much
right.
does. It very much
Yes.
does.
Oh gosh, so easily underestimated, but yet so
Yes.
powerful.
Yes, very
Mhm.
much. Agreed.
Yeah. Yes. Are there two tools or apps or things in your business that you're like, oh, I can't live without this? I absolutely need this in my business.
Okay, I'm going to tell you the two. The first one, 110% AI. If
Hmm.
you do not have AI integrated in your business, I really don't know what you're doing. AI
Yeah.
is such a powerful tool. When it's leveraged and used correctly, AI can genuinely help your business out so much. So for me, AI would probably be the first thing. There's a particular AI software that I do use.
Hmm.
ChatGPT obviously is good, but they have a lot of different other ones that you can use.
Right.
They have, Bing, Microsoft, they have ChatGPT, they have Midjourney, all kind of different ones they have. But I would say AI is the first thing that she's the girl. She's that girl.
Hmm.
I literally
Hmm.
use AI for a lot of things.
Yeah.
The reason why I like it so much is because it really just helps alleviate some of that workload for you. So, when we were talking about my email marketing and email flows, AI
Yeah.
is able to create a lot of those email flows for you. When it's
Hmm.
talking about even generating things like content ideas, it's able to do a lot of that for you. When you're
Yeah.
looking to do things such as maybe like build your website or, build your some websites have like a little chat function. You can implement
Hmm.
all of your responses in there. So it really automates a lot of your procedures. So you don't have to be so hands on. So
Yeah.
I 110% love AI,
Hmm.
to create images, to create,
Hmm.
emails, to create text message marketing, to create
Yeah.
landing pages, to create, product descriptions, to create. You
Hmm.
can literally, it's endless with it, so
Yeah.
that has been a huge, 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 like, resource in my business that I cannot live without. I always think like, how was I doing this before? I mean, I was just putting a lot more work in than I needed to, but
Right.
I would say that probably is my very first. That's my very first tool that I can't live without. My
Hmm.
second one probably would be my digital platform that I sell my courses on, and that
Hmm.
I have my courses on, because that does all the automation for you. So
Yeah.
pretty much it sends out, you pick and plug. You pick from the AI and you plug it into there, and it sends out your text messages, it sends out your emails, it
Amazing.
sends up your follow-up emails, it sends out, your booking links, to be able to book
Mm-hmm.
things for you. It sends out, reminders, hey, things like this. It allows you to have your online mentorship. It allows you to have your online community. It
Mm-hmm.
has, to where you can do monthly subscriptions, weekly
Mm-hmm.
subscriptions. It allows you to, again, sell on the platform. So those two things I feel like those are my two tools I literally cannot live without.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people underestimate the use of AI, or I think they're just a little bit apprehensive to use it because they're
Yeah.
not completely familiar with how it works and how beneficial
Mm-hmm.
it can be for you. But
Mm-hmm.
whenever it's leveraged and used correctly, it can really, really help your business out a lot.
Yes, it can be intimidating. I think that's
Very
a piece
much,
of
very
it,
much,
right?
very much. Oh
Yeah. But
yes.
girlies, get into that AI, okay? Get into the
Yes.
AI. Mm-hmm.
You've
Yes.
got to get in the AI. It will literally just take such a load off of your shoulders if you're not already. And this is just a gem I'm going to just add in for everyone. If you're
Okay.
struggling with your AI, you can literally go on YouTube, or you can go on Google and type in AI prompts for X, Y, and Z, whatever it is. AI prompts for selling, a service, or AI prompts for whatever. And that right there, it'll give you the prompts to be able to plug into the AI to get the best
Yeah.
results for you. If you're just, I don't know where to start, that's a great way to be able to learn
Ooh.
to get in the door with AI.
Ooh, that's good. That's gold, Jasmine. That's gold. Thank you.
You're
Yes, yes, yes.
welcome.
Are there any end goals or next goals for you?
I would say I don't have any end goals just as of yet, because I feel like I'm ever changing and ever growing. I will be 30 this year, so I'm actually taking the time now to kind of figure out what this next chapter of my life kind of looks like, and mapping it out. I feel like it's very important as we transition in different phases of our life to be able just to reground, recenter, and just realign our goals with who we are as of today. Because I'm not
Mm-hmm.
who I was when I started my business in 2018. It's
Right.
2024 going into 2025. Things have changed for me. So I don't have any end goals necessarily yet, but I do have goals to continue to elevate in the beauty industry,
Mm-hmm.
and continue to expand my business as well. And then kind of tap, like I said, into other markets. But I do want everything still to kind of remain around the beauty industry because that's my passion. I really love it here. I genuinely love everything about it. But I definitely would say continuing to grow my business, scale my business, finding new ways to, keep my business up to date, fresh, lively. That's
Mm-hmm.
probably like, I would say that's like my next goal, but I don't have a necessarily end goal, I would say, at this moment.
Mm-hmm. No, that's good. Good. I love it. So, if let's say, do you have a motto or something that you live by or something that inspires you, a quote or something?
Yes, find someone who is where you want to be and
Yeah.
learn from them. That
Mm-hmm.
right there is like that's my favorite quote, because that right there will keep you hungry when you
Yeah.
feel like you're at a place or you're at a plateau and you don't really know where to go. Implement that. Go find someone who's like, a lot of people get intimidated when, they're in rooms with people bigger than them. Don't get
Yeah.
intimidated, get inspired. Always get inspired. What can I learn?
Mm-hmm.
Shift your mindset to where it's like, I'm uncomfortable. I don't belong here. I don't like these people. They're stuck
Right.
up. They're this, they're that. Shift your mindset to see like, what can I learn from these people? I
Mm-hmm.
see this person drives the car I want. This person, I'm gonna ask, what does your everyday routine look like? What does your daily habits look like? Just kind of pick their brain. So just kind of shifting your mindset to always be a student and
Yeah.
always learn something, because you can learn something from everybody, even someone on the street, someone way high up. You can always learn something from everybody. So just
True.
keeping an open mind, always wanting to learn. And like I said, for me, I always find people who are like higher than where I am, and they're at
Mm-hmm.
where I want to be, and I try to learn what am I not doing that you are doing? How do I
Right.
get there? And that's
Yeah.
how I continue to level up. So when I do get to that level, I find someone higher than them. how do I get there?
Mhm.
And it's like it's an ever growing ladder that you're continuously climbing.
Yeah. Okay. I love it. I love it.
Yes.
So, Jasmine, we are moving into our rapid fire round. Okay. So these are just quick little answers, not anything I want you to think too much on. It's just like a this or that, or just a quick answer. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. What is wealth to you?
Well, to me is being able to wake up, do what I want to do, having a peaceful morning, enjoying my mornings, and just be surrounded by peace, happiness, love, family, genuine friendships, genuine relationships, genuine connections. Actually has for me, it has nothing to do with monetary, like it's non-monetary for me.
Yeah.
100% just having the freedom of time. That's wealth to
Mm-hmm.
me.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Favorite beauty products?
Ooh, this is a hard one, but I will say my favorite beauty products. Okay, I have two, three,
Mm-hmm.
three.
Mm-hmm.
My top three favorite ones are two by Paula's Choice. There's a Paula's Choice BHA exfoliant, and then there's the Paula's Choice pore reducing toner. Those are the holy grail. They're slept on. Those are literally top tier. I love them. People always ask me, like, what do you do for your skin? What do you do? It's literally those products. And then vitamin E oil. A lot of people don't,
Oh.
they underestimate the power of that vitamin E oil. That vitamin E oil is so good for your skin. So good for your skin. It's going to give you that
Mm-hmm.
glow every day. I love it. So those are my favorite three products that I would probably die if I didn't have.
Oh my goodness, I love that. And if you guys are watching on YouTube, her skin is flawless.
Thank you.
Flawless.
Thank
Yes.
you.
No, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, this one might be tough, but maybe not. I don't know.
Hmm.
Eyebrows or lashes if you had to choose.
Brows. 100%. 100%.
Mhm.
Because you can have a
Gotcha.
smashed brow and like
Yeah.
give a whole natural look. But I sometimes feel like if your eyelashes are too much or too dramatic, like, and you don't have any brows on it, it throws off. But brows are they frame your face. 100% eyebrows.
Yeah. No,
And
love
I'm
it.
not
Love it.
biased, I promise. But
Yeah. So if people want to get coached by you or mentorship, how can they hop into one of your programs? How can they connect with you?
So we actually have on our website, we have options to be able to do strategy calls. So, that's like I had mentioned earlier. If you're ever just interested, like I need direction in my business, I don't really know where to go. I'm trying to figure out, which direction I want to take with my business. We offer strategy calls. That's just kind of get your feet wet, pick my brain, things like that. And then we actually have a mentorship program that is launching next month. So I'm super excited about that. We will only be taking like a small number of people in every month, and that's just where they work one on one with me intimately. And we literally cover everything from start to finish on how to build a successful brand, scale your brand, get into a retail space, get your own product line, email marketing, branding, text message marketing, automations, email flows. We literally get into the nitty gritty, all of the things that are very much slept on, for lack of better words. We get
Yeah.
into all of it. And so we have that launching next month. I'm super excited about that. But all of these things are available on our website to be able to you subscribe to our newsletter, because I told you we do a lot of email marketing. So
Hmm.
they can get that, and or they can just send me a message on Instagram. That's my preferred platform. So yeah, those are the ways that they can kind of get into that mentorship and
Awesome. Awesome.
yeah.
Is the mentorship program virtual?
Yes, so it will be virtual. Yes, it will be virtual. It's
Perfect.
a 6-week virtual program, and we will meet one time a week. We'll meet group as a group and then individual, and then you'll have we will assess the program based off what you're trying to achieve, where you're at in your business, and then we kind of critique and create a strategic plan that is tailored directly to you and the direction that you're trying to go in your business.
Awesome. Awesome. And if
Hmm.
people want to connect with you in general, how can they connect with you?
So, you all can follow me on Instagram. I'm also on TikTok. Instagram is my preferred platform. But we are on TikTok as well. Like I said, we're on Facebook too. So Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, we're on. So definitely feel free to connect with me. Send me a DM, introduce yourself. I'm pretty good with answering my DMs and things like that. So I would love to, connect with you all and get to, hear your stories and kind of see where you're coming from and, see if there's anything that I can do to help you out, help you reach your goals. And yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Ladies, connect with her. She is pure gold,
Thank
absolutely amazing.
you.
And even when you go on her website, everybody's raving about her services, everything. You have built and designed this remarkable life, not just your business, but also outside of that. So
Yes.
kudos to
Thank
you,
you. Thank
Jasmine. Thank you so
you.
much for
Thank
sharing all of the
you. Of
gems. The ladies are
course.
going to love this,
Of
and
course.
thanks for coming on the show.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. This was such a great opportunity. These are great questions. And I'm super grateful for you allowing me to come on your platform and just, be here. So thank you so much for that.
Absolutely. Our pleasure.
Yes.
And one more thing before you go. If you've enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, leave it 5 stars, and share it with a friend. That incredibly helps our channel out. And we don't want you to miss any amazing nuggets that could change your life in any way or someone you know. So please share this with a friend and remember, you have the power to design your remarkable life.